call halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, that taught me this truth and rule well. Salutation and citations to the brothers out there that are laboring and pushing this truth in truth and in sincerity and in charity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To you I say shalom. To the Akim and to the Akwath, that'll be you brothers and sisters, Adawan Ratazah. That is to say, Lord willing, hopefully by the end of this lesson, you be edified. This is your brother Amawan Ibad from the GMS Miami Camp Heralds of Yahweh Shai, 144. Back again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, to feed the lambs of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, as commanded. This lesson is going to be entitled, E is being made bare. All right? Once again, the title for this lesson is, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, E is being made bare. All right? When I say E, meaning Esau, all right? The Edomites, all right? According to the scriptures, okay? Self-proclaimed white man, okay? In these last days, all right? They're being made bare, man, okay? The scripture speaks about, all right? There is no thing that's not going to be known that shall come abroad in the end times, roughly paraphrasing. Let me see if I can locate that scripture real quick. All right? This man is being made bare. Okay. I want to see, let me see something real quick here. I believe one is in Luke. Luke might be, bear with me here. Bear with me here. All right, I'm going to do this. Let me do this. Let me just come abroad. Let me just search that. My time's short. I know I thought I saw Luke. Right, Luke 8. And I went to 8 first. Is it chapter 8, verse 17 or 17, chapter 17, verse 8? One of the two, but I found it here. This is the book of Luke, chapter 8, right? The book of Luke, chapter 8 and verse 17, it says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, see? Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." All right, and we're living in a time where E's being made bare. Esau is being made bare, man. Okay, with this pea pile, man. Okay, the pea piles. Okay, shameful spewing is on its glory right now, man. Okay, the more deeper you get into it and you look into it, all right, this man is a wild beast, man. Okay, they drinking all kind of crazy substance we didn't even want to speak about. Okay, just way below the bar activity, man. Okay, and the pea piles. All right, these wild beasts. All right, with all this money, and they just stoop to the lowest of low. But at the end of the day, the scriptures does call them, all right, the basis of men. Okay. All right. Esau is the base man, man. Okay. The scriptures tell you. Let's go to what's that? Hebrews the 12th chapter, I think it is. Around about the 16th verse. Yeah, this is Hebrews, the book of Hebrew, chapter 12, right? And we can read verse 16. It says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. All right? I'm going to read it in the NLT. It says, make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau. The scripture's warning you, man. Say, make sure, NLT version, Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16, NLT version. Make sure that no one is immoral or godless like Esau. See? Who traded his birthright as the firstborn son of a single meal. It's like you're for a single meal. All right, so clearly he's not on point. From day one, he wasn't on point, man. All right, he hated instruction, as the scriptures say. Okay? This man is just off, man. Doing all kind of vile activity. All right? You don't want to be classified as a vile person, man. But that's Esau, man. All right? The scripture speaks about how when you let vile people run things, wickedness just go for it, man. All right? That's the scriptures tell you, all right? In the book of Maccabees, when Esau got into rulership, okay, wickedness, all right, was multiplied in the earth. Okay? Let's go to the book of Psalms. So for all the atrocities and these different things, all right, what they've been doing, they're going to have to pay for, man. Slavery, okay? All right? All these different, all right, coming up against Jake, all right? They're going to have to pay for these things, man. Okay? What's that in the book of Psalms? You get it in the book of Psalms. Psalms, the 12th chapter, I think it's down at the bottom of the 8th verse somewhere. Psalms chapter 12. All right? Let's go there. Psalms chapter 12 and verse 8. It says, when the wicked walk on every side. Slacky, it says, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. See? Okay? Again, Psalms 12 and verse 8 in the KJV. The wicked walk on every side. Okay? When the vilest men are exalted. See? The scriptures tell you the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. Job 9 and 24. Okay, that's why, all right, perverseness is running rampant. Okay? That's why, yeah, man. You know, the scriptures tell you that arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. For it is polluted, and it will destroy you even with a sword of destruction. Everything is tainted, man. Here, man, it's polluted. Okay? The people that run things, all right, they have you eating GMO foods. So, all right, the skies are being sprayed, chemtrails in the sky, fluoride in your water. Okay? And we crying out because of these things, man. As the Lord did himself also. All right? The scriptures say, St. John chapter 7 and verse 7. All right, the Lord said the world cannot hate you. Right? The world cannot hate you, but me it hated because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil. See? These people keeping up evil works, man. And with the P-Piles, all right, that came out the other day, all right, even though they try to redact some of the information, all right, people still able to figure out because people could copy and paste. They say you could just simply copy and paste over those spots where they have darked out, all right. And people going through these piles, these piles and figuring it out, man, and people, all right, talking, all right, and shameful spewing is on Esau glory, man. He's being made bare. Okay, let's grab that in the book of Jeremiah. Okay, this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." So now we're living in a time where, all right, a shameful spewing is on his glory, man. Lord willing, we could get that precept. All right, but we live in a time where the scriptures say, "Thou art greatly despised." People looking at you with a side eye, because they seeing, all right, they seeing you for what you are now, man. Okay? It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places." Right? "And he shall not be able to hide himself." Okay? You can't hide no more, man. People know who you are. It says, "His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he's not." Okay? So yeah, all right. You had the people looking at you with a certain moral compass, as if you is the standard, but people not looking at you like you the standard anymore, man. Okay, people not looking at you like you the standard anymore. Again, a shameful spewing is upon your glory, man. Okay, let's get that in the book of Habakkuk. All right, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 16. Right? I'm going to start at verse 15, because this give you, all right, some of the things what Esau be doing, man. You know, he be setting people up, accusing people. He's the accuser of the brethren, right? It tells you that in Revelation 12th chapter, I think it is. Okay? It says Habakkuk, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink." See, it's what Esau does. "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also," right? "That thou mayest look on their nakedness." Okay? People finding out that, right? He be setting up these type of things, man. Okay? That's how they're able to have the pea piles, man. Okay? All right? Because they set it up. So they can use that. Okay? To catch people in certain position. All right? And then they could use it if you don't want to do what they want you to do. Okay? Well, yeah. This is what they do. It says that thou mayest look on their nakedness. But now people are starting to figure out. It's all coming out. It's coming to the light. Who doing these things? All right? It says, verse 16, this is the point. "Thou art filled with shame." See? "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee." See? It's your time now. One time ago you could have hide, but you ain't going to be able to hide anymore. All right? It's all coming out. It says, "And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." So we living in a time now where you can't hide, man. All right? It's all coming out. Okay? You're being made bare, Esau. You're being made bare. Okay? I'm going to get about 2 more precepts and we can wrap it up. Let's get Isaiah, the book of Isaiah. So Isaiah, I think it's the 29th chapter. Around about the 15th verse. Okay? Right. This is Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 15. It says, it says, verse 15, woe. Again, woe. That word woe means destruction. Right? It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord. See? And their works are in the dark. See? But now it's all coming to light. It's coming out. The shameful spewing on his glory, and he's being made bare. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark. And they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Verse 16, it says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. And that's why the Lord is going to return, to turn everything right side up, because the way they're running things right now, all right, is all confusion, man. Everything is upside down. Isaiah 5 and 20, woe unto him that put darkness for light, and light for darkness, man. Okay, roughly paraphrasing. It's, with Esau, it's just nothing but a bag of confusion, bro. Okay? It says, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For he shall, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, it had no understanding? Okay? At the end of the day, you're not going to be able to go around, all right, the Most High. Because at the end of the day, the Lord said, all right, everything is going to come abroad, man. You ain't going to be able to hide. All right? You're not going to be able to hide your iniquity. It's all going to come abroad, man, and be made manifest. All right? And your own people, all right, it's going to be bringing it out and letting you know, blowing the whistle on you, man. All right? The scripture speaks about that. Okay, we get that precept and we can close it out. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms. This is Psalms chapter, Psalms again, Psalm 64. Look at this, Psalm 64 and 8. Yes, Psalm 64 and verse 8, right? It says, so shall they make their own tongue, right, their own people, right now calling you out, man, all right, for your perverseness, man, about the pea piles, all right, and the wickedness, the iniquity that you've been doing, man, and it's all being made manifest in this time. It's all coming abroad, all right? It's coming out, all right, what you've been doing for the longest behind closed door, man. It says, so they shall make their own tongue, your own people going to be admonishing you, man, and rebuking you. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. See? Verse 8 in the NLT, Psalm 64 and 8. Their own tongues will ruin them, and all who see them will shake their heads in scorn. See? It says, and all who see them will shake their heads in scorn. So yeah, we in that time, man, where Esau is being made bare. So I'm going to end it there, Lord, willing you were edified, giving our honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. That were honest to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Salutation and citations to the brothers out there that are laboring and pushing this truth and in sincerity and in charity, risking their lives and the freedom to do so. With that, until the next time, Shalom.